Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Denny After Hours. I'm your host, Denny, here in Virginia. Where in Virginia, might I ask? Well, of course, I'm currently at my habit that I need to be fixing messy, messy desk. And so my lighting is horrible, and I look like a gremlin, but it is going on 4:30 in the morning, and I don't care because this is Denny After Hours, so we're not supposed to look put together. We're supposed to look real. We're supposed to look raw. We're supposed to just talk about ourselves, talk about our feelings, talk about what's happening in the world of Denny and not so much for Denny. So, on this episode of Denny After Hours, I wanted to talk about something that happened fairly recently that I've had some time to adjust to. So I just wanted to talk about like where I am now with how I feel about what I did. So over on IG, this has nothing to do with YouTube or Facebook or Reddit or anything else that I'm on. It's only has to do with Instagram because Instagram was the one app that I was on the most. Instagram was the app that I had the most followers. Instagram was the app where I followed the most amount of people. So when I first started being Denny and Virginia, I was I really wanted to be successful on IG because that was the app that I used the most. And so um, I was very excited when my IG finally caught up to and then eventually surpassed my TikTok. Because when I first started at Denny in Virginia, I first started on TikTok, to be honest. Um, and so basically, what has happened is that fairly recently, I went on an unfollow spree on IG, and it wasn't anything that anybody did. It wasn't anything that anybody said to me. It was by choice. It was something that I chose to do because I did not like how much time I was spending on IG, doom scrolling, watching stupid stuff, useless stuff, stuff that doesn't help society, stuff that doesn't help me, stuff that doesn't help anybody, to be honest. And B, um, I followed a lot of people when I first started as Denny and Virginia, follow for follow. And when that was when I was very very new, I didn't really understand, like I didn't have any values, I didn't have any standards, I didn't have anything really. I was just like, as long as you're a Virginian, I will follow you. Was my literal only criteria for following people back in the day, which is horrible criteria because there are um, many different types of people here in VA. I was gonna say good and bad, but there's good and bad people everywhere. But it's just like there's so many different types of people is a thing. So it's like following you just because you're in Virginia doesn't make any sense. I should be following people that I genuinely like. I should be following people who um have products or services or businesses that I'm genuinely interested in. And so that was reason number 3 for this unfollow spree is that when I first started being Denny in Virginia, I was following people just to follow people just because they were from VA, or I was doing the whole follow for follow thing where it's like I was going to networking events and they'd be like, "Oh, let's bring up our social medias." And then we would follow each other and stuff like that, which never do that. Do not do follow for follow. I think it's pretty stupid, to be honest, because social media, your algorithm should be giving you stuff that you genuinely like. And it just because you like a person doesn't mean you like their social media account, right? You can like an artist, but you can hate their art, right? You can like the person that is the artist, but you might not like their art and you don't want to see their art on your feed. And so it's like, why are you following them just to have a follow for follow so you can gain another follower yourself? All you're doing is getting another follower who doesn't care about your stuff either. And so sidebar, major sidebar, follow for follow is stupid. Don't do it. To me, it makes no sense because you should be following people that you genuinely like, that you're genuinely invested in, that um, genuinely are in line with things that you want to see on your feed, with the people that you want to support on your feed. And so follow for follow is just so dumb. That's just a major sidebar for me. But that's a after a year, I'd say, of posting as Denny in Virginia, I realized how stupid follow for follow is. But I personally don't like it. Um, and third of all, the reason why I unfollowed everybody, I was following over 1,000, I guess third and not last of all, I was following over 1,000 people. I don't know over 1,000 people. Why am I following over 1,000 people? Um, I mean, like a lot of them were businesses, which was good. Um, Organizations, which was good. But it's like over 1,000 people, really? I don't remember meeting most of these people that I have followed. And a lot of them are followed because I would follow their business and then it would recommend other places and I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. And once again, the only criteria was that they had to be in VA. So I do not regret. all the followers, or not all the people that I was following. I don't regret all of them. Um, some of them I do. But the reason why I started off that way was so that my algorithm could start sending me VA stuff, and it worked perfectly. I was getting Virginia-based accounts, Virginia content creators, Virginia foodies. I was getting stuff for just Hampton Roads. I was getting stuff for just Chesapeake, and so it worked brilliantly. And so I do not regret how many people I was following. I do not regret following a bunch of Virginia-based accounts in the first place. But the thing is, the very last reason as to why I did a major unfollow spree, and unfollow cleanup rather, is because of the way I was feeling when I was seeing my fellow Virginianites doing a great job as foodies, doing a great job as content creators, doing a great job as business owners, and I was feeling uh, jealousy. I was envious of their posts, and I did not like that feeling. I was looking at their post, and instead of looking at it and being like, "Yeah, it's so awesome. I'm so happy to have content creators here in VA. So awesome. So happy this foodie went to this place that I went to. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them." It's not like I wasn't happy that we have all these options because they're doing a great job. It's just that I was genuinely feeling jealous. I was genuinely feeling envious. I was genuinely comparing myself to them because I'm like, I've been doing this for 2 years now. I've been putting stuff up for 2 years, absolutely free, everything out of my pocket. I had a job, a part time job only, just a part time job. I never even started with a full time job. I had a part time job in savings that I was running off of year one of DIV. And I was running off of pure debt, faith, and family in year two of DIV. Cranking out this content, everything I was paying for out of my pocket. I wasn't getting any sponsorships, any partnerships. I wasn't collaborating with anyone. In a monetarily beneficial way. I was literally just living my life, and putting it online. And so I was like, all the blood, sweat, and tears for 2 years. And it's like, uh, I felt like I wasn't really growing. I felt like I had stagnated. Even now, sometimes I'm just like, well, nobody really cares, you know? Nobody really cares about the stuff that I post, especially my daily Danny and Virginia videos. It's like I felt like rather that nobody cares. And it's not like nobody cares. It's just that when you see literally everybody else that I followed post stuff, all their stuff would be instantly thousands upon thousands of views, hundreds upon thousands of likes, depending on who the person is. And it would be like in my opinion, it was like a super simple video. Um, and so I was like, but if I did the exact same video, I've done the exact same style of video before, and it has gotten crickets, nothing, absolutely nothing, no views, no engagement, no nothing. And so I was just genuinely every time I saw somebody posting, especially newer foodies or newer content creator accounts that I never followed before, that I recently followed, that would have less than 100 posts and more than twice the amount of followers and engagement and shares and um, interactions than I did, I was feeling some type of way, guys. It was not good. And so what I had to do was I had to eliminate the source of the feeling because I didn't want it to turn into like hatred of these people. Um because it's 100% on me. It's nothing that they are doing. They're doing a great job. It's just that I couldn't stop comparing myself to them. And so that is exactly why I had to unfollow everybody on IG, everybody, including close people to me, close friends, unfollowed everybody except for 3 accounts, um, because I couldn't stand comparing myself to other people anymore on IG, and that is exactly why. So for those of you on IG who may have been confused, I did do a video addressing this over there, but hopefully you get to see this and you can understand my mentality as to why I would do such a thing. Um, but yeah, the only 3 accounts that I decided to keep, at first I was gonna unfollow everybody. Everybody was gonna be gone. Um, and then I decided, you know what? I have dreams of working with Visit Virginia, Virginia is for Lovers. I have I am greatly inspired by the Piece by Piece film, and I when I first became Denny and Virginia for some reason, even though I didn't really fly like that, I only flew a little bit in my lifetime. For some reason, I was like, "You know what? I feel like one day I'm gonna have a partnership with Delta or a sponsorship, some type of relationship with Delta Airlines, because all I want to do is advertise Denny on Delta." And so it's just me spreading Virginia is for lovers across the globe, across the nation, and across the globe on Delta Airlines. That is the dream. So the only three accounts that I follow right now is Virginia is for lovers or Visit Virginia, Piece by Piece the film, because it is a master class, it is a masterpiece, and, if you are a creative in VA, you have to see it, it's literally mandatory. And lastly, Delta Airlines. Those are the only 3 accounts that I follow right now on IG. And I actually, in the future, I don't really intend on I don't intend on following anybody else in the future on IG, I only intend on continuing to follow those 3. Um, Maybe maybe in the future, I'll follow people again, but for right now, definitely because of the whole jealousy and the envious thing, I just don't want to risk um, disliking my own people, you know? I want to reach that level of maturity where it's like I can just be encouraging. I can just like love their posts. So right now I'm in a good space because my let's talk about like after unfollowing everybody what happened. So the great thing that happened is that jealousy of seeing other content creators in VA went way down because I unless I searched them up, they typically didn't come up on my feed. Rather, they typically don't come up on my feed anymore, which is fantastic. And like, I have the ones that I want to search up and like and stuff like that. And then the other ones, it's like, if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. My one view or like is not going to make or break them. And, not seeing them on my feed is going to do me more help emotionally and spiritually. And so that's the great thing that has happened is that by unfollowing everybody except for those 3 accounts that I mentioned, literally all I'm getting on my feed is Delta Airlines stuff and Visit Virginia stuff. I'm not even getting any Piece by Piece film stuff because obviously Piece by Piece has been out. So they're not updating that page anymore. And so my feed is fresh and um literally just getting stuff from that. I'm not doom scrolling as much because I'm not getting that constant feed of like content creators from here, events from here, a bunch of stuff from here. So I'm not doom scrolling as much on IG, and that's fantastic. So that's a benefit. Now, here is an unfortunate negative of unfollowing all those accounts. So one of the negatives that happened is that IG doesn't like it when you do anything like big, like major. And so what happened was that they thought I was a bot or something, and they were trying to protect their community, and so when I started unfollowing everyone, when I clicked out and when I stopped my streak, they were like, "Hold on, something's wrong," and they tried to stop me from unfollowing people. I got over that by waiting a little bit, and I got down to 3. The moment I got down to 3, they thought I was a suspicious individual, and, they stopped allowing me to like and share and comment on other people's posts. So that was one thing that I noticed that happened when I unfollowed over 1,000 accounts. I was following over 1,000 accounts. I don't know over 1,000 people. I was following over 1,000 accounts. When I unfollowed more than 1,000 accounts within one day, they stopped allowing me to like, comment, and share on other people's stuff. So that I didn't really like because I couldn't support the people that I already because I wrote down a bunch of accounts before I deleted everyone. Um, they wouldn't let me do anything. So I was like, well, this stinks. But the good news is recently, like within the past 2 weeks, I got my ability to do that back because I kept reporting it every time. They were like, "If you think we made a mistake, let us know." And every time I let them know because they would not let me even like anybody else's stuff. Which I'm like, well, that stinks. I still want to support people that I know and love. And so like only recently am I able to do that now. And so I'm so happy about that. Number 2 thing that kinda stinks about unfollowing everybody is that I no longer get events on my feed sent to me. So, um, follow people, but only do 15 people every so often. Okay. Yeah, unfollowing people has really just helped my mental, to be honest. It has helped my mentality, it has helped me work on my spirituality. Um, and so I do not regret unfollowing people at all. I don't regret it. But like I said, the thing that I that stinks, that was a negative about unfollowing like everybody on IG, is that before I would be getting events like crazy. Like I don't look for stuff to do in VA. If you see me at an event and you see that I found about it out about an event, it just came to me on IG. Like 9 times out of 10, if I find out about an event, it came to me on IG. I didn't look for it because I had trained my algorithm across social media for the entirety of the first year of being Denny in Virginia to only give me, um oh, good morning, Jessica. To only give me, what is it, Virginia-based stuff. And so for an entire year, I was just Virginia, Virginia, Virginia. And so after I had trained my algorithm, it didn't really take a full year. It took like a couple days. I stopped having to look for stuff. It would just come to me. I don't people wonder like how do you find so many things to do? How do you find all these quirky things to do? I don't find them. They find me. But I don't get that as much now because IG was my main source of events. And so I'm going to have to find a new way to find events more easily without me having to look it up or search for it because yeah, IG was my main source. It was my main source of getting events for VA getting sent to me, and now I don't have that anymore because I'm not following all those people. So now I IG thinks that I don't like Virginia or I don't like Virginia based stuff or things in Hampton Roads, so they don't send me events anymore. So that kind of stinks, but at the same time, like it's okay. I'll get over it. I'll find another way to find more events. But also, I have to do another Denny after hours talking about my current state, my current state of affairs in which I'm not going to be paying for anything as Denny in Virginia anymore because I am declaring war on my debts and I cannot be this irresponsible anymore. I tried certain things and I thought Denny in Virginia would be able to pay for itself. It has paid for nothing. And so I am declaring war on my debts. And so I do not want to pay for anything anymore. So that is a sidebar, probably tomorrow or another day in the near future episode of Denny After Hours that I will talk about my declaration of war on my debt. But it's going to change the way I do things as Denny and Virginia for sure. I am no longer doing 100% free, or like putting myself further in debt to create content. I'm not going to put myself further in debt to showcase any businesses. No matter who recommends it, I don't care. I'm not doing that anymore. The buck stops here. And so that's a major sidebar, but that's a future episode that I'm going to go deeper into about telling you guys about my declaration of war of but besides that, like I said, basically this applies to like all across social media is like if you find yourself comparing yourself to a bunch of different people, and it's like it's not like you dislike those people, you like those people, you want them to succeed, you want to encourage them, you love their content, you love the work that they do, and you don't really want to trade lives with them because I don't know what they did to get to that level of success. I don't know what they did to get to that level of being able to do one post and instantly it blows up. Or I don't like that term. Instantly, it does really well. That's a better term because there's life and death in the tongue. And so, all across social media, this is just my lesson to you guys is that if you start consistently, if it happens once or twice, it's okay. That we're just human. That's okay. But if you find yourself when you're a poster on social media and you're public on social media, if you find yourself comparing yourself to other people a lot, like a lot, the best way to eliminate that feeling is just eliminate the source of that feeling. And so if you find yourself in comparison to somebody that you genuinely like a lot, I know it might hurt, but just unfollow them. It's not because of them, it is because of you, and it will benefit both of you more because you don't want to end up like disliking that person because you're filled with jealousy, because you're filled with envy regularly. Like I said, a fleeting thing, that's okay. Sometimes, like, you see something, you're like, "Well, I wish I had a yacht," you know? Don't we all? But it's like, if you see them, like, posting stuff regularly, and every time you see them, you get this tinge in your heart, or you get this feeling, this just fleeting jealousy every single time they show up on your feed, unfollow them. Like, for your health, for them, like, it's not gonna benefit them to have a fan who is just consistently jealous, right? Who's consistently envious. And so, unfollow them for a season, grow yourself, mature spiritually, mature emotionally, and like just get right yourself, get to a place where it's like you yourself, you're just cool, you're chill, you're awesome with where you are in life, you're happy with what you're doing, you're back to being 100% focused on what your god-given assignment is. And when you get back to focusing on only what your assignment is and you're back on track and like you're able to mature to that next level, then maybe you can start following again. Just because you don't follow them doesn't mean you can't support them. You can occasionally look them up and like their stuff, but it's like I said, for me personally, my advice to you, based upon my own personal life situation right now, is that I was feeling jealousy and envious of a lot of people online because I was like, why are they so successful with literally a fraction of the stuff that I have cranked out? Um, and it's not like I dislike them. I like their content. I love the stuff that they were doing. I thought they were good Knights, not even Virginia Knights, but Virginia Knights. But because I couldn't stop feeling that sense of jealousy and that envy and that comparison of why are they successful, but I could do the same thing and it's not successful. Why are they successful, but I'm making all original content and they're only doing funny dances online? Why are they successful and I am not? But it's like that's a horrible mindset to have because it's like you're seeing only like the outside of it. I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't want their life. I don't know what they had to do to get to that point behind the scenes. I don't know what they had to do to get to that point um in their personal life. I don't know what's going on, so I don't want their life. And it's like to say that they are successful and I am not, that is not true because I there is life and death in the tongue, and I don't want to say that I am unsuccessful compared to somebody else. I am successful in my own realm, and all I have to do is focus on me. All I have to do is focus on serving the people that I was called to serve, not the people that they were called to serve. And so when you're comparing you get stuck in that trap of like you might get into more of a dark depression type thing and like I'm not good enough, I'm not good at all type spiral, and that is just not good. That's the spiral that I recognized I was getting into, and I didn't want to get into it because I have climbed out of so many holes in the past 2 years I do not want to go back into. And so simple solution, eliminate the source of the problem, eliminate the source of the jealousy, eliminate the source of the envy, and you don't have to have that willpower to be able to resist feeling that because it's like hello, if you just keep tempting yourself to feel that way, you're going to keep feeling that way. So, in case you didn't know, I've recently read Atomic Habits by James Clear. And so, one of the major things is to, if you have a bad habit, just eliminate the source of that bad habit as much as possible. So, it's like, it's not like people who have a lot of great habits have no have great willpower. It's just that they don't even have to utilize their willpower because they just eliminated the source of the problem. And so that is the same advice to apply to social media. If you find yourself being jealous of a lot of people on social media and comparing yourself to a lot of people, maybe this is a time to unfollow them for a season until you yourself mature enough in your own vision and your own and you're successful enough in your eyes that you no longer compare yourself to them and you realize that I am meant to serve the people that I am meant to serve, they are meant to serve the people that they are meant to serve, and we are not the same people, and we will never be the same people. We will never serve the same people because we're made so uniquely unique as ourselves. And so comparing to yourself to another person is just illogical. So this is just another Denny After Hours in which I talk about me, myself, and I because it's Denny After Hours, not Denny and Virginia After Hours. I hope you enjoyed this horrible lighting that I could have fixed at any point in time. It's still this is creepier. This is creepier. But we're gonna end it on this, and I hope you guys had a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic time. Let me know if you have struggled on social media with feelings of jealousy and envy, and what did you do to overcome it? For me, what I did to overcome it was I just unfollowed everybody for a season. It's not to mean that I will never follow them again, but for this season, definitely I am focused. I got to be focused on me, myself, and I. And so I have to eliminate that source of jealousy. And so, what better way to do it than to simply unfollow? So, like I said, let me know if you guys have struggled with feelings of jealousy or envy or anything like that. And let me know what did you do to overcome it? And if you're still struggling with it, what can you do to overcome it today? So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful, blessed one. And until next time, all I have to say is Denny out.